All right. Well, good morning or good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Fermented Cinema, and today with me is my good pal, Stark of Iron. Say hello to the good folks there, Tony.
Hello to the good folks out there, Tony.
And say hello to the bad ones, too. You know, they deserve some love.
Hello to the bad folks out there as well. We have a saying for bad folks like you all. If it weren't for the bad folks out there, we wouldn't really know what's good. So
Exactly,
keep
right?
up the hard work. All you bad folks out there, looking at you, Bad Robot, Lucasfilm, Russell T
Oh, yeah, no.
Davies.
If you guys didn't vandalize media, we would have no idea what good media is. So sometimes we just need that a little bit. And talking about bad folks, we're going to be talking about lots of bad folks today in today's movie. And listen, the crows are going and everything. Just for FYI, broadcasting from my balcony this morning. I don't want to wake up the kids. And I'm going to be
I got
talking
people helping me with some housework, so you guys are going to get some free ASMR courtesy of Fermented Cinema and I.
There we go. Yes. Yeah, it's nice, diegetic sounds. It creates, it's a little flavor in the broadcast here. And
organic.
Yes, very organic, very real, raw, as they say in the industry. And my voice might be a little bit on the NPR smooth side here, just because I don't want to wake up the neighbors, and it is Japan, and they can be cranky. All right, well, let's do the official countdown to start off the show, because some rules are rules. All right, here we go.
10.
Plan 9.
8.
7. 6 shots.
5.
Quattro.
We are the three. Migos.
2 more mother humpers.
One ring to rule them all.
Let's rock!
All right, there we go. Now it's official. Now we've started. I feel so much better. All right, well, let's. Well, today we're gonna have a kind of a few topics, but we're gonna kind of center it around a very special movie, very special movie, I should say, and that is Death Wish 3, starring Charles Bronson, the world's greatest senior citizen with a big gun.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Oh, man. So, Tony, I'm going to let you start. What's your history with Death Wish 3?
My first exposure to Death Wish 3 was on syndicated cable. And it was actually on satellite. That was back when Dish Network was just starting to get its roots.
Okay.
A broadcasting scene. I remember the air screen. So anytime that it was raining just a little bit outside. But this was on, I think, either AMC or Turner Classic.
Oh, this is totally an AMC movie.
Yeah, and so, I tuned in. I watched it. I watched what I like to call the judo throw of infinite repeating.
Yes,
as he is known to constantly throw people in the same manner and defeat them each time.
Oh yeah,
Judo throw.
When he fights someone, they're like turtles. Once they're on their back, they're done. It's it's over.
And and then of course the massive magnum that he toted around, big ass 44. It's like, oh, damn, he packing.
which he mail orders to himself. I love it. I just love how he just
he mail orders
guns
it
in
to
the mail.
himself. It's like, I'm going to be going to an undisclosed location. I know the address of the location. So the only way that I know people ain't going to pat me down is if I just send it through the mail. to myself at that location.
This is so awesome. It's so clumsy, but so beautiful.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's low-key smart. Because when this movie came out, people didn't check what was in the packages. They just grabbed them and mailed them. There wasn't, the security protocols that we have in place now. There was no anthrax scare. There was no Unabomber. There was none of this.
I was going to say there was also no Amazon. So getting a package was pretty damn exciting. Everyone's like, ooh, a package. Well, let's not touch it. It's a package. Respect it. There's something special in there. And oh boy, there sure was. Yeah. And of course, this movie was produced and released by the absolutely delightful Canon Films. Canon Films is perhaps the best example of a B movie studio. And there's not really B movies anymore. Like not in the same sense. Like we have cheap, like self-distributed movies, and then you got like some lower budget art house movies. But the B movie system doesn't really exist anymore, which is a shame. The B movies were kind of like moderately budgeted films, cheaper than the main studios, but moderately budgeted, and usually always aping off of some other successful film. But I don't know how to say it, but like almost like in a more sincere way than say like the Asylum films. Like they would always add like their own flair, and of course it was using practical effects and whatnot. It just came off way more charming. And Death Wish is just a fantastic example of this. So let's do our official welcoming to Death Wish. So here is the title crawl. Oh, and Tony, if you want to speak, you can speak. Death Wish 3. And this is episode 11, not chapter 11. Right. I'm probably pretty close to that, too. An old man with a gun. Paul Kersey, who is definitely not an old man with a toupee, returns to New York City for some R&R, some R-word and revenge, and revolvers, and murder. There he finds his good old war buddy, beaten and dead. Now he's angry, again. On Paul's road to revenge, his new girlfriend with an elderly fetish is murdered, while his new friends are R-word. Now Paul is ready for an even more revenge. Anyone who has a positive relationship with Paul avoid death and R-word. Only the further sequels will tell.
No R-words were R'd in the making of that title crawl.
Yep. Nope. Don't worry. Luckily, Sci-Fi Sith Dan's here. Great to see you. Hello there, Sci-Fi Sith Dan. Hopefully you've had the pleasure of watching Death Wish 3, which is the best Death Wish in my opinion. I've seen the others, but definitely nowhere near as recently as this one. I remember the first one is kind of like a legit movie. The first one's actually like a legitimate movie. The second one, of course, picked up by Canon, quickly delves into silliness. And this one here is a straight up like cartoon. Like there's no other better way to explain it. It's just absolutely hilarious.
There's B movie action movies. Because at the end of the day, if you're making a movie that's about, subtle espionage, a few shootouts, a few brawls, you don't need a big budget. But
no,
these people are like, you know what? Fuck the budget. I still want to make a cartoon. And so,
and they spent the budgets exactly where you want the money to be spent, which is on explosions and car crashes and squids and
car chases,
and just the greatest like costumes ever. I love the costuming for like 80s thugs in movies. Like they look like clowns. It's like a circus. It's so amazing.
They look like Raiders from Fallout.
Oh yeah, they look like Raiders from Fallout. They look let's just say right now, everything is influenced by Mad Max in the 80s. Like anything that's like post-apocalyptic, or this movie's not post-apocalyptic, but you could fool me when after the first 2 minutes when he gets into that neighborhood, and I'm doing quotes neighborhood. It's literally he's in the world of Mad Max at that point. It's bizarre. It's like this 3-block radius that just exists in its own realm.
You got to remember, Ian. You got to remember it's Detroit.
Oh no, it's It's New York.
It's in New York, but
Yeah.
Detroit looks like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Where's the one where the bad guy's son dies from a car bomb from the main character? It's definitely not this one. I'm trying to
Not
remember
this
which one that is.
I think that was Death Wish 2.
Is that 2? I was gonna say it's either 2 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One or the other.
No. It's one of those sci-fi sit down. I gotta bone up on the other Death Wishes.
Remember
To
the
be-
time that Perry rigged a car bomb and killed a kid with it?
Yes. He's killed people in many creative ways. Well, and as we were saying, his most
That's the
common
thing
one
I
is the
do
judo
like.
throw.
Yeah, or listen, like he does the stare, right? Whenever they zoom in on Percy, they zoom in on the eyes.
Love
and you
his
see him
stare.
squint, and you see the
Yeah.
squint, and that's basically what we
There we go.
we have
There's-
become. Yes, Charles Bronson's squint, right? When there's like this cutaway and you see it, you see the focus, and sometimes they'll
Yeah.
do like a refractor lens of light shining on the eyes, kind of like
Yeah.
in those spaghetti westerns.
Oh
right?
yeah, no, it's 100%
so-
Western feeling.
Yeah, so that at that moment, what he's doing is he's gauging whether you are worthy enough to be creatively killed, or if you're
Exactly.
just going to get judo thrown.
It's just like, it's like one of those like game show boards, and it's just spinning around, and it's got like 3 options. It's got shot with a gun, or judo throw, which are like the go-tos, or you're worthy of something a little more creative. And there's some
You're
good ones
worthy
in
of
this
a
one.
MacGyver level death.
Yes, where he rigs up some goofy Home Alone traps. It's so awesome. Like a knife and a board on a spring, and right in the forehead. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's this is also like a training video for like home defense actually as well, which is great.
Mhm.
I've seen parts of them on TV. I haven't seen any of them whole. You know what, Sci-Fi Sith Dan? That's probably you and like 90% of people that can say they've seen Death Wish.
Yeah, I was
Death
about
Wish
to
movie.
say, I
Yeah,
never went to the video store to rent this.
Yeah. No one actually rented these
Always
or
saw
bought
it
these.
there, but
Yes.
never rented it.
Yeah. So obviously Charles Bronson is the star, and whenever I hear Charles Bronson's name, I always think of like the classic Simpsons moment where it's like Charles Bronson is replacing Andy Griffith on the Andy Griffith Show today. Well, where's Otis? He's not in his cell. I shot him. What? And now I'm going down to Emmett's Fix-It shop to fix Emmett. This is so perfect. And we got also, I'm going to probably butcher his name here, Ed Lauter?
Ed Lauter.
Ed Lauter, all right. I know him on Star Trek. He is the cadet's father in the one where Wesley Crusher is being Wesley Crusher, little wiener.
Mhm.
And then, actually, she's not on here. For Star Trek reference there's also Marina Sirtis is in it. And let's just say when you were a kid and you're watching like TNG and you're like, I wonder what Marina Sirtis looks like naked. Don't worry, this movie's got you covered. So you can check that out. There is a very intense scene with her getting the R word. So this movie,
Right. Yes. These movies do not. They don't leave much to the imagination. Let's put it that way.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And I think that will bring us into our Japanese word of the day. As we all know, ohayou gozaimasu, yoroshimasu, tanoshite kudasai. Please enjoy the show. We got one more comment from Sci-Fi Sith. That was Charles Bronson in the Dirty Dozen movies as well. Oh, that's actually, I'm trying to think. Is he?
I think he was in at least one of them or two of them. Hold on.
Yeah.
Dirty Dozen. Let me just get the cast list on that.
Yes.
Dirty
Let's get
Dozen
the
from
staff
6
working
and
in the
7.
background.
Yeah, Charles Bronson was in it. He was Joseph.
Nice.
Josephus Wallace.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Hello, Miskatonic Madman. Thank you very much. The
And
first
he was
one, yes.
significantly
Thank you very much.
less old during the Dirty Dozen.
There was a time
It
when he
actually-
wasn't. There was a time when he wasn't an old man. It's amazing.
That was whenever they finished the transatlantic railroad. Hail to Miskatonic Man. Good to see you.
Oh man.
He was in the
Although
first
he always
one. Yeah.
kind of looked old. He always had like an old soul look, but I wasn't actually old. Howdy, howdy. Welcome. And don't make me get my gun. Right. And with that is today's Japanese word of the day. Yes.
The prefix that everybody knows and loves, she.
Yes. It's an easy one. Today is she. That is death. So say it with me, people. She. Now, if you want to say to die, it's shinu or shinimasu. Yes. And death wish is all about death and not wishes.
Right.
He's granted no wishes here, people. Yes. Hail, Stark of Iron.
Good to see him.
And remember, death.
That's right. I love it. It's like, just not to derail it too much, but just whenever you see the One Punch Man, the big punch, it's that big she in front of it, like, boom.
Yes.
it's like you know that it once that hits you, you're done.
Yes. Oh no, Charles Bronson has like, it's like once he taps your shoulder, you're dead. Just be careful,
because that's, as he gets older, he obviously can't do the same judo throw. So he's learned to improvise with some Vulcan neck pinch techniques, to where all he has to do is just tap your shoulder and it has the same effect.
God, I would love to see Charles Bronson playing a Vulcan. I have no emotions.
He would be as lethal as one for sure.
Yes.
He would be as lethal as one.
He just looked old, but he wasn't similar to I think is that Tommy Lee Jones? I like Tim Lee Cones. Tim Lee Cones is...
You're thinking of Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes. I'm gonna say Tim Lee Cones sounds like the Korean equivalent of Tommy Lee Jones. He's an old boy, right? So there we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, yeah. Tommy Lee Jones has like that forever scowl as well. I love scowling actors. I'd say like another one like that would put in the Charles Bronson, Tommy Lee Jones category would be Rip Torn. Rip Torn was also born an old man. Also, of course, the classic old man who was always an old man is the guy from Cocoon. Now I lost his name. I got the diabetes. I can remember.
You're thinking of
Wilford Brimley.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah. That man was born an old man. Like, I swear, he was never a child.
Yes. If you're on Medicare and have diabetes, Liberty can help.
That would have been
not Brumley.
Oh my God. Wilford Brimley, Charles Bronson, Rip Torn, Tommy Lee Jones in a movie together, all in maybe like the late 80s, would have been magic. Just magic. Unfortunately. Oh yeah. Sorry, we got the corrections coming in. Yes, Brimley.
Yes, Brimley. I'm
not
waking
Brimley.
up. I'm tired. I mispronounced Roger Corman's character name not once but twice already. I'm just here.
All right, DJ Play Nice. Nice to have you here. All right.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
DJ Play Nice. Good to see you, buddy.
And don't get the diabetes. I wasn't afraid to die.
That's right. Medicare,
but Charles Bronson came into my house.
Yeah. See, what happened was Charles Bronson came into my place and he tapped me on the shoulder and he whispered seductively, he said, "Now you have the diabetes."
But ironically, the diabetes was so scared of him that I don't have the diabetes anymore. Oh, yeah. So, yes, we got Death Wish. Yeah. So, it says 1986 here, but I swear it came out in 85. It's be one of those movies that has like a right around like the end of the year, start of the year type thing. Now that Rotten Tomatoes score makes me angry. And I hope Charles Bronson kicked the crap out of everybody who gave this movie a bad score. Because this movie is delightfully fun. this movie is literally a comedy. It's one of the funniest comedies in the world. You should,
Oh yeah,
if you haven't seen it, I swear, just
it's
get some
up
friends
there
together.
with Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, The Room, Troll 2. Really funny film. Some of the best comedies of the day.
Definitely. And what I like about Death Wish 3 is like for the first 5 to 7 minutes, you feel like you're watching a real movie. It has a great start of he's like riding the bus, some really beautiful shots of him going through New York over the bridge and whatnot. And you're like, oh, this looks like a real movie. Sounds like a movie. It's got a cool kind of like Toe Jam Funk soundtrack going on.
Right.
Yeah. But then it happens, and it's amazing because, like, of course, the friend he's going to visit in New York just happens to be beaten to death as he's trying to phone him from the bus station. It's like, what perfect timing. His friend doesn't even last a minute into the movie, just gets beaten to death. And then he's on road to revenge. Yes. Yes. Showgirls is a hilarious romp as well. Yes. And actually, I got to rewatch that again because I watched it when it first came out because, you know, of course, everyone wanted to see, that's the girl from Saved by the Bell. We get to see her naked, like really naked. Her like famous.
I was I got to famous chick naked.
She's got the famous like roundhouse kick naked where you can see her parts like, you know, just kind of wobbling. It's hilarious.
You know, moving as those parts do naturally and sensually. I mean, naturally.
Very naturally, very naturally. Makes me want to reach for my revolver and stroke it.
That's right. I got to brandish the weapon. Hold on.
Make sure you put safety on there, folks. So, vigilante Charles Bronson, waste punks with mall order firepower. I love mall order firepower. That's the first time I've ever heard that term.
Mall ordered firepower.
That's amazing. Mail order firepower. It's so great. So yeah, actually it was released on April 26, 1986. All right. So I was 1 year old at the time. First in line at the theater, of course. Directed by, you can pronounce this two ways, Michael Winner or Michael Wiener. But we're going to go.
Michael Wiener. Tell us about your Michael Wiener, Beavis.
Judging by the movies, it's a wiener.
That's like I feel like directing or producing a film. Here we go.
He was also he was the producer as well. My goodness. Oh, yeah. Ferments him. Tony's burned out, but he will be dead drunk when we watch season 2 of Velma.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was singing and entertaining in the wee hours of the morning with my usual after party show that I do after DC, and you know, I was like, I also have to clean the house today. I was like, shit, where does the time go?
I wish I was there yesterday. Yesterday was we had sports festival.
Catch the replay. I have a really shitty joke about 40 minutes in that I think you're gonna love.
Okay, I'll be there. Yeah, I gotta watch it. Yeah, no, yesterday I had sports festival. I also had to clean up the streets a little bit. There's been some people leaving garbage around, so I had to shoot them.
Oh.
Yeah, music by Jimmy Page. That's interesting. That's a good one. And of course, produced by the Cannon Group, which we all love. A budget of $9 million. It's amazing what $9 million could get you back those days. So not the smallest budgeted movie, but again, money well spent because they spent it in all the right areas. This movie is literally paint by numbers. And it wastes no time with bullshit. That's what's great about Death Wish 3. It's just get in New York. My friend's been beaten to death. All right. He still has like a month's rent left on the apartment. So come, stay here. And literally, there's like punks everywhere. They're in the trees. They're behind the garbage cans. They're creeping and crawling everywhere. It's like bizarre. And what's interesting though is for being so run down and for like so many dilapidated buildings and like just torn down apartments, this neighborhood is surprisingly active. It's overrun by thugs and thieves everywhere, but there's tons of senior citizens and married couples going about their business, walking around. It's like any urbanist like wet dream. It's like look at all the foot traffic we got going around here. This is wonderful. So it's absolutely
never mind the thugs and the raiders. You know, you take your grandma out for a walk. It's perfectly fine.
Well, no, it's absolutely bizarre. It's like because like there's like a taxi shop, there's like a supermarket, a laundromat. I'm like, these people break into like houses like nightly, like throw shit through windows and stuff. It's like, how are any of these stores functioning? Like in all seriousness, like how could any of these stores function? Like when all the merch just be stolen daily? Like it makes no sense. And then and then you see what they're stealing, and it's just like petty cash and junk and stuff. And somehow the leader of the gang has like this like freaking solid lawyer that can get him out of like murder and like anything. And he has like apparently has like a clean record. It's like, how can he afford that lawyer? He's just like a thug. He's just a petty thug. This ragtag like gang of losers is absolutely hilarious. They treat him like he's like from The Godfather or something. I love it. And yeah, the bad guy right here who is Fracker, that mother Fracker. Great bad guy. And the costume design, they got like the war paint. It's just hilarious. And it's interesting because it came out in 86, but I would say this movie has a real 70s feel. Like it's so grimy. It has a super 70s grime to it.
Definitely got that grindhouse grit to it.
Yeah. It's like everything just looks disgusting and feels disgusting. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I want to say another thing it reminds me of just a little bit is, have you ever seen the movie Rear Window?
I haven't.
Okay, so Rear Window is like classic Hitchcock film, and it's where the guys.
It's a Hitchcock film.
Yeah, it's Hitchcock, and Jimmy Stewart's in it. Yeah, and he's got a broken leg, and he's got his camera, and it's just him kind of like overlooking a courtyard of this like neighborhood, right? And it's in New York as well. And Death Wish is seriously like that, where it's just old people, just like everyone always has their blinds open and their windows open, despite being in like the roughest neighborhood in the world. And yeah, and it's just hilarious. It has that feeling of like a Rear Window, where it's like everyone can see everything happening all the time, and people are just watching mayhem happening from their window. It's no need for TV when you got that happening on the streets.
Right.
And I also got to say, the movie also, so you got 70s grit, 70s grindhouse feel, but also it feels like it's got that real 80s vibe, where it feels like at any moment breakdancing is just going to happen. Like I swear, there's like 20 shots in this movie where it's like, are they going to start breakdancing? No, it didn't happen.
The thugs are just going to break out and do the Thriller. Yeah.
Yeah. It has that feel where it's like, it's going to be some moves coming out soon. I swear.
Walking down the street, snapping their fingers, Mod Squad.
For instance, were these made from the cheap studio, Cannon Films, if remember correctly? And you do remember correctly, sir. It is Cannon Films, and we're here to salute Cannon Films today. And that's why I chose Death Wish 3, because it is my favorite Cannon. Is my favorite Cannon Films. My favorite film from Cannon Films. There we go. That sounds better.
You know what I like about that logo? It reminds me of the Clamp logo from Gremlins 2.
It does, yeah. It also reminds me of OCP.
It doesn't have the squished earth spinning.
Yeah. Well, for me, I feel it's very OCP from
OCP,
from RoboCop.
Yes. Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
And New Detroit.
I'll buy that for $1.
And New Detroit will revitalize the city. 2 million workers. But we need Charles Bronson to clean up the thugs.
Yes. Whatever OCP is having RoboCop deal with the heist of the year, we have to rely on on Charles Bronson to take care of the street level threats.
Yeah, I think he would have done it better than RoboCop. Charles Bronson would have gotten all
Charles
the thugs.
Bronson as Murphy.
Yes. Nice shooting. What's your name, son? Murphy. And then this movie goes into full gear. There's like a reporter. I'm trying to remember exactly what she is, or like a DA or something. And it's a young woman. Not my type really. She has like a really big jaw. We'll probably see some images of her later. But anyway, she's a young woman who apparently has an elderly fetish because she's into Charles Bronson.
Yes. This chick is not bad looking, and
No.
it's like it kind of reminds me of that scene. I think it was in wasn't it in Happy Gilmore? Whenever his girlfriend broke up with him, with that old guy, and he's like, "Oh my God, you broke up with me to hang out with this fucker."
I don't think that's Happy Gilmore.
Not it. That's not it. But it's one of those Adam Sandler films where he's like pale skin and old balls, gross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like that vibe. It's kind of like that cringe.
Yeah. So here's Death Wish 3. Well, let's get a shot of her. And here's how it starts at the beginning, where it kind of looks like a real movie. We're driving through New York. It's really nice. And we just started. Here's the apocalyptic wasteland.
There is Detroit. Now we're in Detroit.
Yeah, or New York. Yeah, it's like
Old York.
Old York, yeah. And there's his friend Charlie getting killed. Right as he's phoning him, of course.
Right.
And the transitions from New York to Detroit are seamless. Yeah. It's like a really depressed version of Sesame Street.
That is... I think I'd see Mr. Hooper's house from here.
Yeah. Oscar the Grouch, he's definitely one of the gangsters. He's gonna,
Oscar the Grouch is one of the leaders.
Yes. He is the leader. He's going to fight Charles Bronson.
He's the final boss.
It's the final boss. So yeah, here we go. We're going to meet her in a second here. He meets the head bad guy in the jail cell. Very convenient. It's always amazing how that happens. The police essentially do nothing in this movie. Like, it's hilarious. But
they'll throw him in there with a bunch of thugs / raiders.
Bunch of thugs. I know. Here, there she is. Yeah. So
there she is. And she's not half bad looking. She got that librarian vibe going on.
Yeah.
Because the whole point they set her up like this is so that when she lets her hair down and takes her glasses off,
she looks better.
Effect. It's that reveal. Exactly,
yeah. Well, RoboCop was out for revenge for the criminals that killed him. Yes, it's true. The only difference here is Charles Bronson's out for revenge for the criminals that are going to try to kill him. They won't succeed.
I would like to see like Charles Bronson's full power against like Chuck Norris's full power.
Oh, well, no, that'd just be a stalemate, like forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
go back. There was a stair.
I know. Oh, I love these angles. Like, seriously, the director of photography
is very good. Like, with shots like this. Yeah.
This movie has so much camera movement, like snap zooms and just bizarre pans to like weird stuff in the background and like these hilariously awkward angles, like through elbows and like, it's just so much energy in this movie, and I love the energy. Like, it's just so great.
Fucking weirdos with the paint on their foreheads.
Yeah, look at the liveliness in this. I've never
in the middle of the night. That's how many people are out. Jesus, how much money they spend on extras?
It's like there's more people walking around here having fun.
Yeah.
Than in downtown, than like Las Vegas on the Strip. Like, it's amazing. It's like,
but if you look around, it's like this. You can tell it's urban, but it's not New York.
Oh no, it's not New York at all, because it's
they repurposed a set from a Wild West film and threw in some fucking
the density's way too low,
texturing and brickwork and
like that's totally like a Wild West town. Yeah, that's the saloon over there.
Yeah.
And then we fight a bunch of thugs, and he gets his apartment, and all the pictures of poor Charlie. And it's always out the window. Like, there's so much window in this movie, just looking out the window.
Right. It's always like, through the window.
And look at this apartment. Look at the headroom. Like, this is
That
ridiculous.
is a really tall fucking Is that a study? He's got it fitted like a study.
It's like it's like a library. It feels like you're in, like, this does not feel like a residential unit. Like,
There are no apartments in New York like this. I could confirm that with Admiralty.
Yeah.
There's very few apartments like this, if at all, in New York like this.
Man, imagine the rent these days for that. Holy cow, you're living like a king.
Yeah, $5,000 a month or more, maybe even $8,000.
Oh, there's Marina Sirtis. There she is.
There she is.
She's really tanned in this movie too, because I believe she's Greek, right? Yeah. So, once you're on the starship, you don't get a lot of sun. So, after she joined Starfleet, she came back to life, joined Starfleet in the future. Lost her tan.
This was all a hollow simulation, where Charles Bronson is actually supposed to be the unit that the crew's supposed to outwit.
Oh my god! Instead of oh man, I'm trying to remember. It was Sherlock Holmes's like arch nemesis. I can't remember his name right now, but he had like a bit of an arc on TNG. It should have been Charles Bronson instead. That would have been fantastic.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna say right now, just drop Charles Bronson in any like media or film, and it's instantly hilarious. You got a classic on your hand. Phone books.
Now, in that rare shot that you just seen with him holding the telephone, Charles Bronson had to Moriarty. Thank you, Miskatonic Madman. Charles Bronson had to withhold 99% of his power to not break the telephone, the end table that it was on, and the floor underneath it.
And well, let's just say it like right now, like the guy's so powerful that it's kind of like having like a neutron star in a room, and it's just
Charles Bronson is King Vegeta from.
I tell you, man. Yeah, even Thanos has nothing on Charles Bronson. And
Speaking of which, that is the subject of my shitty joke. Thanos.
Oh my god!
Thanos has returned to New York, and he is now a scriptwriter for the Disney Corporation.
Oh
if
god!
If you want to go see his creative process, please go check the replay.
Thanos, I thought the snap was only going to kill half of our IPs, not all of them. Oops.
You know he's an overachiever.
Yeah, totally. So the best part about Death Wish 3 here is that Charles Bronson, not only is he getting revenge, but he's like literally setting up traps, like entrapment. Like he just buys a car here, and he gets some thugs, and they're going to steal his car, and he just shoots them. Like, okay, there we go. And then later on, he's got the camera, just swings his camera over his back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at this. Like, it's so
this
disgusting.
This has to be in Detroit. Look at the state of these buildings. The one-way sign is cartoonishly tilted. Like,
oh, of course.
Are you sure this is in New York and not Nuke York? Did they film this in my version of New York? They got blasted by a bomb or two.
No, it is Fallout. This is literally like a prequel to Fallout. It's just so bizarre. They're mutants. They're ghouls.
The thugs are dressed like raiders, like this guy right here.
Like, well, yeah, and like look here, like you just go shopping in this neighborhood and carry your groceries, and there's like an older lady going shopping over there. Like, come on, this would never happen if like the population density of thugs to real people is like 50-50. This is not happening like this world. There's no way you could like walk like from your door to your car without being assaulted. No one would be here. It's just like, and there's these people here. They're running the laundromat. Yeah, like look at this like lovely old couple. The old Jewish couple's my favorite.
That's
like
where they
Ishmael
retired.
and stuff.
It's like, yeah, that's right, honey. We're gonna retire here. It's a nice neighborhood.
It's a super nice neighborhood. The fresh. Oh god, there's the phone again.
There's that poor phone again.
There
are also rumors that most of the production went to making very durable phones.
Buying new phones.
In case Charles Bronson had a bad day.
Yeah. Oh, look, and then he sets up his first trap where he puts like the board of nails under the bathroom. Yeah. Oh, it's just wonderful. So they come through the window. Oh yeah, and there's one of the weird snapshots. Let's see, right there. Like,
yeah, Because they were like, yeah, we filmed this in a repurposed Western town.
Yeah, like watch this. This is great. Watch.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
like,
that's right, mother. That's right. That's General Custard, man. That's
man. And the music. They don't make them like they used to, man. It's so much bizarre flair. And there's the thugs hideout, and like again, like old lady being accosted. This happens like 75 times a day in the same corner. It's like, don't leave your houses, people. And yet somehow no one has bars on their windows. No one has. They're all open windows.
No.
It's bizarre. It's like at least
the
try
raider
to protect.
civilian ratio is just.
Just walk away. Walk away.
You didn't see shit, lady. Go.
Oh, here's love interest again. Like, it's so disgusting. Everything's so disgusting.
They're right now we see a rare scene where Roger Corman is thinking to himself as he's looking over this cut, going, this is like an opening scene for a good porno.
Oh yeah. You can get.
I'm here for my library card, sir.
No. I'm
your
your
books
parole
are
officer.
overdue. Well, I'll show
No.
you what else is overdue. Cue the music.
If you don't show me a good time, you're gonna be doing hard time.
And
they
she's just
go out.
circling around him, like sizing him up,
Well, because like, look at this man. Who could not? How could any woman resist this handsome devil?
He just
Look
squints
at that
at you, and it's the power of the squint.
And he definitely is not wearing a toupee.
No.
There's no toupee. Nope. His mustache is real. We can all agree on that. Oh, what a handsome man. I gotta get me some of that
Makes me want
Bronson.
to take my glasses off and put my hair down.
Put my hair down. Oh, yes.
As
You're
the
right. It has a very
band
70s look. Yeah, I know, doesn't it? It looks like it's like straight up like 77. Like
Grindhouse, yeah.
Expecting like what's his name? Charles Pickle. What's the taxi driver's name? To come driving by pretty soon. He's the cabbie. It's got to be the cabbie here. Eh? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's the old Jewish couple. It's hilarious. Like just living there. And the funny thing is, in this scene, the police come, and it was kind of weird because I saw these cops come and they're like hassling these people for like brandishing a firearm, and they take it away from them and are like giving them a hard time. And I was kind of feeling like, are these crooked cops like that are actually working for the bad guy? But afterwards, it's never like really brought up or resolved. So I'm like, okay, they're just it's just a stupid scene trying to make it look like the cops hassled like the locals trying to defend themselves instead of the criminals. Yeah, give us your gun. And open windows. Better keep your window open. It's hot today. Luckily, we live in a very safe neighborhood. Okay, now there's the 80s showing. Now the 80s are showing
Miskatonic Madman with the knowledge, Travis Bickle.
Travis Bickle, that's it. Yes, thank you. Not Charles Pickle. Travis Bickle.
Miskatonic Madman, the archivist and the keeper of the sacred knowledge.
Yes. You are
it would not be a Roger
knowledge.
Corman film without a little cocaine.
No, definitely not. I'm sure someone just had that like on hand at the production. We need some coke in the shot. Who's got coke? Everyone puts their hands up.
Just one person had that on hand at the production. I'd say at least 40%. Key grips, best boys. The guy that gets the coffee.
It was actually an outtake. It was like behind the scenes production footage. All right, let's just put that in the movie. It works. Oh yeah, this is when his springboard there's teeth in the board. It's awesome. It hit some guy in the face and got his teeth out. Sorry. Now this character here, does he not look like in Futurama when Bender's God and there's the guy praying to him? I swear.
Oh my God, dude. But we made you your beer like we asked.
Yes. Is that not him? I swear they must have based the character design off this guy.
Oh my God. That was a fun episode. That was a very
Yeah.
thought-provoking episode too.
That was one of their best. Although you know what it missed?
Oh yeah,
It missed
I
a
think
little
it won
Charles
an
Bronson.
Emmy. Wasn't that one that wasn't that what? Yeah, I think it won an Emmy.
I bet better if that's one of the
If
greatest
I'm not
episodes.
mistaken. Yeah.
I'm full of useless movie facts. Yes, thank you.
No. You don't say it like that. You say, I am the chronicler and the archivist of the sacred knowledge.
I was gonna say I'm also full of useless movie facts, except for I always fuck mine up. I'm full of I'm
the same way. I forget names all the time.
yeah.
But then I'll
Like,
just be like,
but
I
that
know the
guy did
name, I
this,
know how
yeah.
it sounds. I'm just gonna put letters where I think they should.
I'm playing the scene in my head right now. You know, like see his face, I hear his voice. It's like I'm like the Archie Bunker of like movie trivia. So I'll say it, but I'll just fuck it up. Yeah. That's the ticket. All right, ticket to paradise.
2 tickets to paradise.
Now we got to be careful. Oh yeah, there's his toupee about to fall off.
Yep.
Oh god, it's just
You can
barely
definitely
hanging on.
that you can see the seam of the toupee.
Yeah, see the seam right there. Yeah, that glue. That's good glue.
Mhm.
That's good glue. That's probably like that glue's probably like illegal now. Probably like pulled your scalp off with it when you took it off.
Yeah, it's the kind of same stuff. It's Gold Bond, man. It's the same stuff he uses for his dentures.
Oh, here comes his mail ordered gun.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Sir,
What a
Charles
fucking mail
Bronson
truck,
here?
though. I need to harvest some clips and actually model this particular mail truck for my death races. I think it would be a good fit.
Yes, that fits in perfectly. That's a post-apocalyptic mail truck. It's freaking like 6-inch steel armor. No one's getting this mail.
We ain't getting through this motherfucker.
I have to
Special
start really
delivery
quickly.
to all of the pedestrians caught out during race time.
And now I've got my gun. Ooh. I'm feeling
Big
aroused.
Full pistol.
Oh, here he is with his camera, going out with the camera. Like, look, this store. There's no way this store is operating in this neighborhood. I'm sorry.
No. Look how
I'm
clean
sorry.
that store is inside compared to everything outside.
It's like freaking Walmarts can't operate in San Francisco anymore. There's no way this little market's operating in the post-apocalypse. Here, kid, here's some ice cream. And then like, oh, that looks like a nice camera. And you get a good shot right there. Bam. Right in the back as he's running away. Stand your ground.
I love how the pop prop for that, if you go back to that shot, I think you can see the ridges of a spine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, which I'm sure everybody knows, there's little air pockets with a pressure on it to basically make the pop of a gun wound or a puncture wound like that.
Yeah.
And you could put just about anything at the base of that. In this particular instance, it's a spine. You know,
I always wonder how those feel when they go off. I'd love
because
to try
being
one.
shot by a bull pistol, big ass fucking magnum, and that spine is that intact.
Yeah.
Instead of being turned into, I don't know, bone meal powder.
Yeah, it should be like a giant hole in his back.
You know, so like what happens is this is how powerful. This is how powerful. Okay, this is how powerful he is. He fires the bullet, then in slow motion as the bullet's he basically accelerates himself, and he goes in front of the bullet and he holds out his hand to split the bullet into 2 pieces, goes back over to re-grab the gun before gravity has a chance to pull it down, and then those 2 parts of that bullet enter and leave the exposed spine there.
See, exactly. Well, it's like a like a Superman thing too. If you blink, you miss it. If you blink, you miss it, right? Yeah. Now this is awesome. Sean Connery had a way better toupee glue in the Bond films. Yes, he did. Yeah. From Russia with hair. Now that was amazing.
Right.
Cool toupee. And And then I love how everyone's just like, hey, he shot him. We never thought about that before. And they all just start cheering. It's like no one's ever thought about like killing these people or like
You're living literally in like a post-apocalyptic hellhole.
Yeah, I know.
And nobody's packing besides the bad guys.
And there's there. Emil's Community Wash. Like, I'm sorry, Emil's Community Wash is not getting business. This is just not.
No.
The police come
The
and
cops.
check out.
Here are the cops coming by again. Hey, we exist. Are you guys gonna do anything? Nah. No.
Nah, not really.
No.
Another bizarre shot. Right? Just
Well,
start
this
with that.
this is the precursor before the beauty shot. Before the do.
This is like-
do.
This is the best, like most on the nose, hilariously, like just so by the number sequence where he goes over to her place. They make love, because who wouldn't make love with Charles Bronson? And then she literally says, "I'm leaving the city." And he's like, "Oh, right, I'll take you out of the city." And you want to go get some food after post coital? Do you want to get some food? Sure, let's go get some food. Oh, I gotta get out of the car for 1 second. And of course,
See,
she
told
dies.
you guys, she's pretty with her hair down, man.
Definitely
That-
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much she's just cannon fodder to get him even more angry for revenge. And that's going to bring us up, because at this point in the movie, after this point, it's just mayhem and just becomes a cartoon. So
Yeah, this is where, the bodies start dropping.
yeah. So time for the fun part. All right. So I always do the in memorial segment. And this movie put me into overtime for that segment. Like, this was absolutely ridiculous. I spent quite a bit of time last night trying to get this together. So, all right. So here we go. Let's see. Now share the screen. All right. Death Wish 3. R.I.P. Everyone can see. All right. Good. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a marathon. This one's a marathon. The karate thieves. Gotta have your random example. It's cardio.
Mm-hmm.
There's Deanna Troy.
Troy. There's the spine. So many dead roaches.
Just... Goodbye. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now the movie becomes a full-on circus. Get the body count meter.
To be
Ding,
fair,
ding,
the
ding,
sequence
ding,
was so good. And the cops. Everybody dies.
Everybody dies. Just whack him with a chain.
Hey, I think I saw this mission playing Fallout today.
Burning elderly crispy seems. Now you jump up. You're next.
Gratuitous fire stock footage.
Jesus. It's madness. It's sheer madness.
Look at that! That guy was laughing. He's like, yeah, eat this, Dredd.
Yes, more burning elderly. Oh, Home Alone.
No!
Another dummy. It's just...
Dude literally threw himself over the railing. There was no physics but his own in that shot.
Give your death a little pizzazz, people.
There he is.
Right out.
Damn.
Subscribe. Did you hear that?
That's a body count.
Is that not like
Murder.
the greatest body count ever? Okay, the nail on the board was awesome. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yes.
It's
Just because it was slowly approaching him. He had time to move.
oh, I love it.
He just stood there and he just stared at it. Oh,
And the guy's skull is like made of like tofu or something. Like it just
Yeah.
goes right and shoop.
watch out! He's got a board with a nail in it.
Oh, that's- oh. The humans may have won this time, but they'll make bigger boards with bigger nails. One day they'll make a board with a nail so big it will destroy them all.
I love Keg and Kodos. Those are my boys right there.
Oh man, I look forward to them every year. Every Simpsons Halloween I was a kid, it's like Kang and Kodos are going to show up. I can't wait for it. And for all that carnage, we have one man to thank, and his name is Roger Corman.
Roger Corman.
Yes. So
Yes.
Roger Corman, unfortunately, he passed away. Let's be nice. Let's just show a younger picture of him because he was a younger man once. Yeah, pioneer in B-movie filmmaking. The dude, like honestly, like hundreds of films to credit to his name. Mostly as producer, but he did direct as well. And I believe he, So he was actually born in Detroit, Michigan. Look at that, eh? So that was his home turf there. Maybe that was all from personal experience.
Now it makes a little bit more sense, you know, with
Now,
all of these set
that was-
pieces and what looks like Detroit.
Yeah, I know. R.I.P. Yeah, he passed away the other day. He was 98 years old. He passed away about
Well, he
2
lived
weeks
a
ago.
full and fun life.
He did. Dude was a legend. Lived a full life. Good on him. Of course, it's always sad when like a legend like him passes away. But at least 98 years is freaking awesome. Let's just say it took a while for death to find him. And that fits in with our theme of death today on the show. Remember, she knew. So,
Ormaiwa
Shimashita.
Munsindairu.
he died. Yeah, and he was active for a long time in the film industry. I believe he started in the 50s. Yeah, and of course,
Well, he's got films. Fun fact: Roger Corman was the man behind the original release of Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes,
And he's also responsible for some of the best like kaiju schlock exploitation films.
Oh, yeah.
That again makes you know if you want to watch like cheap kaiju schlock, you look no further than Sharktopus. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Or-
that's a classic. I love.
Yeah,
Sharktopus.
like there's just so many good ones out there.
Yes, actually, I believe he did. He gave Jack Nicholson his start, and I forget what the name of the movie is, but you can watch it. It's obviously a super low budget film.
But if you
and it's
want to go
interesting.
back in time,
Yeah, I've actually
of my-
seen it, but I forget the name of it.
Yeah. He's also behind like classics like the St. Valentine's Day Massacre,
Yes.
which is really, really good. The Tomb of Ligeia is really, really good. He's worked with people like Vincent Price on The Mask of the Red Death. Okay. And he even had a movie with William Shatner as one of William Shatner's first roles in film with The Intruder in 1960.
Okay, I was gonna say it wasn't Kingdom of the Spiders, was it?
Now, no, it wasn't Kingdom of the Spiders. It was The Intruder, which is a film that we can only mention because the subject matter of said film's not safe for YouTube.
Is
We
it a
get
little
to see
death wishy? A little bit on the
No,
little hard
not
on the
Death
R?
Wish. No. If you've not seen The Intruder, go watch it and you'll see what I mean. But then we see like a dark age of films in the 90s specifically. In 1990 with Frankenstein Unbound. That's a personal favorite, not because it's a good film, but because of some of the concepts behind it. Because we had Raul Julia, of all people.
Oh my God, I love him. He's great.
He was Dr. Frankenstein in that film. And just seeing him look over the little digital watch that he had, that the time traveler had, and going, so you're a master of electricity too, was really cool. Frankenstein Unbound's pretty wild. It's goofy. Like there's a talking self-driving car that gets sucked back, and the big reveal is Mary Shelley is writing Frankenstein because she's actually accounting the events of the real Mad Doctor. It ends up being more of a historical document than a fiction.
That's cool. Yeah, I gotta give that a watch.
Yeah, very interesting film. But then like the higher brow concepts start to like go away, like with the silliness, and then you just get like the base silliness, like with Carnosaur in '95, because everybody was talking about dinosaurs in the '90s, and you had
Carnosaur 2.
Carnosaur like just drops like a little rubber raptor.
I forget who it is, but I think it was either like it's either Gene Siskel. I think it was Gene Siskel. He might have said he liked Carnosaur more than Jurassic Park. Now, don't quote me on that, but I do remember some bizarre little thing like that where it's like it was Gene Siskel. It wasn't Roger Ebert, or it could have been there's another reviewer I'm trying to think of, Leonard Maltin. It might have been Leonard Maltin. Because Leonard Maltin's had some bizarre takes where there's some like really cheesy B movies he gives like unusually high scores, like the famous Mystery Science Theater Laser Blast, and he actually gave it like a good score.
So like, what? This man Roger Corman was a cornerstone in cheaply
exploitation, cheap B movie.
He was the kind of guy that said, I'm going to work with what I have and make the best with what I have. He's like what happened with Ed Wood. Like it's very similar to the Ed Wood director story. It's like, I don't have a lot of money, but I'm going to try and make the best. He
is a competent Ed Wood. Let's put it that way. He's a competent
competent Ed Wood because he knows the business enough to be able to at least line up your shots. Bring a script to a director.
He understands how a film is assembled.
He understands how a film is supposed to be made. Yes, Miskatonic Madman's Terror, 1963.
That's it.
Boris Karloff.
Jack Nicholson, directed by Roger Corman.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I remember watching that one. My parents bought it on DVD because they love Jack Nicholson. And it's like, this is his first film. So I remember watching that like 20 years ago. Yeah. It's so funny to see like a really young Jack Nicholson. And he's like, has like no tummy. It's like, man, he actually doesn't have a gut in this one. It's amazing. Yeah, I recommend that one. It's a little slow, but it's just kind of unique for the aspect that's Boris Karloff playing with Jack Nicholson. Like that's just insane when you think about it. And
he was also behind the remake, the retcon remake, 2012, 2015. Death Race. No, it was 2003 Death Race, and then Death Race 2050 was 2017. But yeah, the Death Race series, of course, it's not as good as Death Race 2000, and it never will be. Death Race 2000.
Death Race 2000 is a classic. That is wonderful. And I'll tell you, and Death Race 2003 that came out 2003. There's one thing that annoys me about that movie. And I gotta make a video about it, and it's just absolutely like gorgeous Asian girl riding with like I guess like the Korean car driver, and she dies like immediately, a horrible death. I'm like, don't do that to good-looking Asian women. They're so population decline in China, Korea, and Japan right now. We got to cherish every one of them. You don't kill them on screen anymore. It's just don't do that. I can't watch good-looking Asian women die. Just so sad. just like in what was it, Batman v Superman or something with Lex Luthor, and he has that like really really fantastic looking like Korean assistant. He just blows her up next to the wheelchair. I'm like, don't do that. No red blooded man would ever do that. You know? There's my little tangent. But actually, it's kind of interesting looking at some of the information here. Is his spouse, Julie Corman, died this year as well. So that's quite interesting because I know it's very common for like when someone's spouse dies, like especially when you're like getting like into your 90s, if your spouse dies, like I think they said like it's like 50% chance that like you'll be dead within like a month or two afterwards, and maybe that's what happened. Like, because they were together since 1970. That's insane. Jason Statham, yeah. This man, Death Wish 2003 must have been when Jason Statham was just kind of really starting out as like the action hero, eh? It's gotta be near the start of his career. Because wasn't like Snatch like kind of like his really big breakout role?
It was.
Yeah, and Snatch must have been like just a year or two before that. That was around 2000, right? It's got to be. I remember watching that when I was in high school. I think like around like graduation year. Yeah, it's got to be around then. So he went from Snatch to Death Race. Well played.
Yeah, Death Race. Again, I still prefer classic Frankenstein. It's one of the reasons why I have Death Races on my channel. Just, using Carmageddon and giving my members a little history in the channel lore. You got to see, if you haven't seen the first one, you need to watch the first one. It ended up being really good. Alistair was the announcer for it. Jason Love was my first lucky member, and he drove Minion through the slums. nice rad storm. Yeah, Minion from Twisted Metal.
Okay, I gotta watch that. Actually, I wanted to tell you something about Alistair. Is I teach at elementary school on Thursdays, and they're doing a presentation on their treasure. Like, this is my treasure. It's my stuffed animal, whatever. And one of the kids' treasure was their Alistair keychain.
Oh,
yeah, and I saw that, and I saw that. I'm like, Alistair. They were like so shocked that I knew it. I'm like, yeah, I know Alistair. It's like, I know someone who would love to see
I know
this.
an Alistair, all right.
Yes.
He may be a little scarier than what you're used to.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if I should like recommend his channel to you because you are a 9-year-old Japanese girl.
No,
So
my Alistair is more centered around the golden age of radio and the eldritch horror.
Yes.
Aspects of the radio demon. So probably when you're older, kiddo, you can watch. When
you're a little older,
when
it's
you're
good
older.
English practice. Yeah. Yeah. So, any other canon film favorites of yours? Like, I know there's like, I'm trying to think of like, I'm trying to remember the name right now. What's the one with the Barbarian twins? That's an amazing one too. Because they had like such a great gimmick. I just love all the schlock. That's what's missing in cinema today is schlock, like good schlock. Right. Like we get lots of crap. Yeah, good camp. We get lots of crap and we get lots of bad. We don't get like schlock, like self-aware silliness, right? That's just good fun. I miss the days of the good old canon films, but luckily they made 5 Death Wishes, so there's no lack on that. I wonder if that's. Wait, didn't they try to reboot Death Wish?
They did.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Who was in that? I like briefly remember seeing that, and I don't think did it actually move into production. Like, was it actually released?
Sorry, a big business thing happened, and I'm also.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Big business people. Because I guess if
not big like, business people, but people that I can't say, but they messaged me, and they said certain things didn't happen after I worked very hard to get it sent.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I
you just got to
see.
Tell them you got Charles Bronson with you.
Oh, there's the
clear
neighbor's
everything up.
dogs. Yep.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, because like remaking Death Wish, there's only one person that should play that role, and that would be Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson
Right.
could do Death Wish. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yes, thank you. I got to put Miskatonic Madman on the payroll or something here with Bruce Willis. It was with Bruce Willis. Really, haven't seen it though. Yeah, I don't think anyone has. This is the feeling I'm getting. I don't think anyone's seen the remake of Death Wish. Again, it's just one of those remakes that just gets made and just forgotten, right? Like they remade Footloose, and no one cared. They remade, of course, RoboCop. No one cared. They remade Total Recall. That was just terrible. No one cared. There's so many of these remakes that just come out and they're just instantly forgotten. Yeah, actually, let's see. Let's see. Death Wish remake. Let's check. Oh. Yeah, 2018, Bruce Willis. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So you want to talk
Not
about
bothered.
good campy films,
Yeah, exactly.
but they're action packed. Is if I can talk, the Hardcore Harry, the first person shooter.
Oh yeah. That's
that
good.
shit was raw.
That's good.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, you want to know another movie that I feel is in the camp. That's actually good. A lot of people hate it, but I like it. Is Jurassic Park 3. That has a canon film-esque feel to it, where it's like it knows it's goofy. It's like a sequel of an established franchise, and it's dinosaurs. And yeah, a lot of people hate that movie, but I'm like, no, it knows it's stupid. It knows it's silly. It's great. It's fun. It has like a Tremors vibe to it almost. Where like I didn't like the second one because the second one took itself seriously, but it was stupid. So I didn't like it. But the third one knew it's stupid, had fun with it, and that's great.
Mm.
All right. Well, any last words, Tony? I should get going soon. The kids are about to wake up, and I got some breakfast to prepare. You know, those eggs won't scramble themselves.
That's actually a good one to leave it on. Thank you for having me. And Roger Corman was a great guy, and he had a lot of fun films. And to be quite frank, this was a lot of fun, and I'm happy that I was able to juggle my schedule to make it.
Yes, thank you for being on here so much.
Check me out on my channel, but everybody here knows who I am, so there's no need to
think so. Yeah.
Plug.
You never know. There might be someone new.
Okay, well, I'll have a Fallout discussion with a few people tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, and then I'll have a Tower After Hours interview with Gary Kissel of Pop Culture Minefield.
Now, is this Fallout discussion? Is that going to be the TV show or the game series?
I just have a Fallout show. Reactor Side Chat dedicated to Fallout. We did cover the television show. That was one of the first things we did. But we also just, we're going through the vaults right now. We're going through all of the Vault Tech experiments.
Oh, cool.
And I think this might be the last one. I'm going to try and grease through these vaults in 2.5 hours tomorrow. And then I'm going to have an interview on my Tower After Hours, very Johnny Carson-esque, David Letterman-esque late show format with Gary Kissel from Pop Culture Minefield, the man behind Vindicated Inc., the comic.
Oh, nice.
And, he's also very knowledgeable pundit, loves film, loves science fiction, really cool cat. Can't wait to hang out with him for an hour and shoot the shit, crack some jokes, and introduce him to my little corner of the internet. And so
that's a nice guest.
That's about all I got. And then obviously the after party. Oh wait, no. I do have an extra matinee Monday for Memorial Day, but it's for Comic Relief Crusader. I'm going to go ahead and grab the GoFundMe for that. 1 second. Comic Relief Crusader is a really he's a cornerstone of this community. He's a good guy. He's funny. I'm not a wrench. Well, hold on here. There you go, in the back. All right, there you go, brother. You can share it.
Awesome.
He's a cornerstone of the community, and he's a really cool cat. So I'll be doing another matinee production where I'll be singing songs, pulling out the piano, all that stuff.
All right, there we go.
Entertaining folks and raising money for him. Though I must recommend using my PayPal instead of super chatting, as I don't have enough base money in my account to forward that. For very generous donations. So you will have to use my PayPal or his GoFundMe, and I'm going to have to manage the donations that way. We had a very successful fundraiser for Rod Thunderheart, and we raised $300 for him.
Oh, really? And, that's great. Yeah. I like Rod. Rod's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to some of his stories on a Canadian Spider-Man's like travel segments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some good stuff on there. Yeah, it's always fun listening to him.
I love Canadian Spider-Man. I'm going to talk to him and see if we can't get a discussion together with the three of us talking about Japan on a Thursday evening, because the three of dude, with all three of us, we may be able to speak Nyanga equitable to somebody from Osaka. So like one Osakan, three of us, the guys in the dono,
equal one.
Will be worth one Osakan.
We'll get some Kansai Ben going. Yeah, and what's hilarious is, and this is a trivia I'll have to bring up when we do that, is if you watch Shrek in Japanese, Shrek speaks Kansai Ben. He speaks Osakan Japanese. It's great.
Makes sense though, because he's got a dialect and a slurred cadence to him.
Yeah.
Syntax, rather, very Irish, very Gaelic.
That was like freaking perfect choice. I'm like, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And anyway, just last note on Canon. If you guys have never seen it, this is Electric Boogaloo, of course, which is like the famous title that Canon did. They're like Electra films, like the dance, the 80s dance movies. They had like Electra 2, Electric Boogaloo. And this is the documentary about Canon films. This is a great watch. I believe you can even watch it on YouTube. So the wild, untold story of Canon films. If you haven't seen it, just watch it. Watch it. It's relatively short, hour and a half, and it's just a wonderful watch. It's hilarious. Great interviews with like all sorts of like actors and actresses and directors that were involved with the Canon party. Yeah,
that'll be good. We'll figure out a time. I know that there is, whenever Robert Wright does his Saturday show, I'm going to commit myself to that. But if I'm available these Saturday afternoons, especially before going and playing cards, just hit me up. It's a Saturday by Saturday basis. Usually my YouTubing on Saturday. Yes, that is this Sunday night, right?
Yes. CMS doing a Japan stream this night. Yes, and I am the guest actually. Because
can you run it by Canadian Spider-Man? We could just go ahead and make this a thing tomorrow night.
Awesome. Yeah, let's just do it tomorrow night. Yeah.
We'll run it by him and see if he wants me on, man. We could just go ahead and make this happen.
It's funny because I the whole time I'm sitting here listening and I'm thinking like, oh, Tony must already know we're doing it tomorrow night. So I'm guessing he's busy.
No, I didn't know. It totally slipped my mind. He's not bringing it
up.
Talk to Canadian Spider-Man for me. Send him a message and see if he wants me on, and it'll be the three of us. Finally,
I'm sure he will. No, it'd be great. Yeah,
finally. That's what we should call the stream. Finally,
it's called finally. Finally. Yato.
All right.
Finally. All right. Well. Yeah. So tune in for that tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Awesome. So thanks for being on here again today, Tony. So that is Death Wish 3 and the wonderful Canon films. Again, if you haven't checked out their library, do it. If you haven't watched Death Wish 3, double do it, triple do it, quadruple do it. And also Electric Boogaloo is a fun watch. So I'll be back on with my live show in 2 weeks. I'm doing every 2 weeks now just because time and scheduling, kids are tiring, work is tiring. I'm only one person here, people. Come on, give me a break. Come on. And then my Fallout series review is finally going to come out in a couple days. So I've been editing on that.
I can't wait to watch that. And we need to discuss that at some point.
Yes.
But you're never around during my usual broadcast hours in the afternoon on Sunday.
I know. I'm at work.
That's the disadvantage of living, literally halfway across the fucking planet.
It is. It's the hardest thing about trying to start up this YouTube stuff living in Japan is I'm on the opposite time of everybody else. So it's like, you guys are going live. I'm at work. Oh, you guys are going live. I'm going to bed because I got work tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, brother, this has been fun.
No, thanks for coming on a lot. It's been really fun. And yes, tomorrow I'm sure Canadian Spider-Man's going to say yes. And let's do it. And yes, I do want to talk Fallout with you too. At some time.
Yeah, definitely. Catch up on some of the rewinds while you're hanging out or working or whatever with the Fallout discussions that we've had. We've had some really good ones. It's a collaborative effort between myself, Snail Messiah is the co-host for that. And we recently brought in a third co-host with Beard of Liberty. He's a lot of fun, knowledgeable. And, we just sit and shoot the shit. I run some Fallout themed commercials as my breaks. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and then we should do a new trivia section where we show a picture and we say, is this Death Wish 3 or Fallout?
Absolutely.
All right, Tony. Well, from my balcony in Japan, that's it for today. So again, thanks for being here, Tony, and everyone. You have a great morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know, whatever time it is where you are. And see you soon in 2 weeks, next show. And watch the follow-up review. It's going to drop in about 1 or 2 days. And peace out.
Johnny?
Like, share, subscribe. Did you hear that?